Hello. Hi, thank you for having me. Stepping in instead of Bruno Guez, who's the CEO of Revelator. I'm Alan Purskier, I'm the CDO of the company. I might not be prepared, but the good news is that what we're going to talk about is exactly in the topic of the conference, because what we do is exactly music and technology. There is romanticism, but we also live in a transaction economy. And what we have been doing for the last 5 years at Revelator is helping companies manage their online business. So we help independent distributors, we help labels and music right companies manage their business online. And what we have been doing is managing about 2 million assets for 200,000 right owners. We have 90,000 monthly users, and we have been processing about $100 million of royalty over the last 3 or 4 years. And what we see is that we still live in a world where payments are slow, where we still have a lot of outdated systems, legacy systems. There is data that is coming from different places that don't talk to each other. And we still have a lot of trust issues between the different players of the industry. The way we see the future is that everybody's expecting faster payment. We need to have better compliance in the business, in the way artists get paid. We need to have openness, open ledgers, and we need to have more trust. And what we have been building is based on the idea that there is more and more independence from the independent players. Artists and labels have better access to the market. And we have self-custody now from the artists themselves. Everyone can distribute their song, monetize it. And for this, they need tools. The way the business has been going online, and I'm not talking about the music business, is that everything is real time. However, the music business is not real time. And there is an expectation that things will move faster, that people will get paid faster. And we still live in a world where artists get paid sometimes 6 months or a year after the music has been listened to. Artists who are going to expect to manage their rights themselves. They want to collect money from different places. They want to get paid faster. Labels, they now know that they need to be more transparent. They need to share data. They need to pay faster. And this is the market driving them to become more transparent. Music rights societies, they need to operate more efficiently. They need to reduce costs. They need to distribute royalty faster also. We are working with a music rights society in the Nordics, Tiesto, and we're putting up a pilot to help them pay radio music performance almost in real time, meaning 2 hours after the song has been played on the radio, the artist should receive the money that he is due. This is compared to maybe a year. So we have to help the industry move to a much faster pace. The common thread of this is music, of course, but it's data. And what we have been processing is a lot of data. The increase of streaming has produced an amount of data that is very, very big. And still, a lot of the industry still use Excel. In some cases, you receive files you cannot open with Excel because they're too big. And you still need to process them because you need to understand how your business is going. The way we see the future of copyright, it needs to be fast, automated, compliant, data-driven. It needs to be open. We need to be transparent and auditable. There has been trust issues in the industry, and we don't expect that this is going to move forward. If the industry is going to progress, it needs to have better practices. But we also live in a world where the data cannot be handled by hand. It has to be handled programmatically. So we're working with smart contracts. We're working with the technology that allows us to have executable agreements and have modern protocol that allow us to process things automatically. And everything should be more liquid. Music rights are difficult to handle as an asset. We feel that thanks to the technology that we're putting forward, artists will have a much easier access to funding for their music. The new standard that we're setting for copyright administration is a way for artists to have self-custody of their own rights, to manage their ownership and decide that if they want to share their rights with their partners, their family, their investors, they should do it without having so many intermediaries, without having the barrier of the legal access and the heaviness of the contractual relationship. We need to have, of course, more transparency, accuracy in the royalty payment. Processing this amount of data is not easy, especially if you do it by hand. It's impossible. So we have to provide the efficient royalty payment and the fast royalty payment, because it's not acceptable anymore to have such a slowness in the industry. The way we're doing this is by providing a platform. We're using the platform that we have set up 4 years ago to manage distribution and payment of royalties. And we're adding to this a wallet, what we call the artist wallet, which is based on blockchain technologies, a way to create assets as tokens and let artists distribute them and manage them freely. If there is time for a small movie, maybe yes, maybe not, or questions, I'm very happy to answer them.